Blessed be everybody. It's time for another series of weekly tarot forecasts, and we are talking all about the week starting July 16th, 2023. Of course, we're going to start off with the card of the week, the background energies that are going to be affecting each and all of us, in addition to what you're going to be seeing with whatever signs you're going to be looking at. Remember to check your rising sign to get additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign forecast is showing up. And remember to watch your moon sign to see the less prominent, albeit still significant, side story that is also playing out throughout the course of the week. Because as you can see, I can be very thorough and very involved when it comes to getting prepped and charging at my cards and all of that, especially if you saw the live I did just yesterday. So first, I want to make an announcement. One, we've got to announce the winner of this last week's giveaway, but also I did want to let everybody know that I am moving the giveaways, and I'm no longer going to be doing weekly giveaways here for the weekly tarot forecasts. I have decided that it would be way more efficient for me to do a handful of winners, 4 winners at a time, through my monthly astrology videos. And so they're not going away, they're just moving to a different video, and that will be happening again on the astrology videos for announcements and things like that. And so this is the last winner of the weeklies, and the winner of this last weekly, of course, is Terralyn Muller, and I've already reached out to you. Congratulations, Terralyn. You are the winner of a free 15-minute video report, astrology and tarot from me. I've already reached out to you on your winning comment, and so make sure that you follow the instructions there, and that way you can get a hold of me, and I can make sure to get your video report to you as soon as possible. Once you reach out to me, I'll get back to you with my questionnaire, because I have a way I like people to ask questions, and I like the people who follow the directions the best, and so that way, you know, we can get down to business on getting things good and, well, ready to go for you. So congratulations once again. And again, for those of you who are interested in the giveaways and the free video report opportunities, like I said, they're not going away. It's just I'm not going to be doing weekly announcements anymore, but what I'm going to be doing is posting them for the monthly astrology reports. And so when August's reports come out, which will be mid to late this next week, you will want to keep an eye on that, because I'm basically going to do the exact same thing I did here, only I'm going to be choosing 4 winners at a time, so I can make sure to get them all good and taken care of, and that way more people have a chance to win, and I can, of course, get down to business on weeklies much faster. So there you go. So stay tuned. Again, weekly giveaways, no longer weekly giveaways. They're going to be monthly giveaways, but I'm going to be giving away 4 free readings at a time, so stay tuned for the monthly astrology. So what is going on when it comes to this week's general focus that we're all going through? Well, we've got the 10 of Swords upright as far as, again, sort of the universal theme. Now, the 10 of Swords can be a pretty tough card to go through. Now, of course, we've also got Venus turning retrograde this week, and if you've, ever met me, I always say Venus retrograde is my least favorite retrograde of all retrogrades. So it's no surprise to me that we might have a card like this show up. The 10 of Swords upright is all about harsh ends to situations that can't be repaired. They can't be fixed, and they're only going downhill. So there is a bit of a silver lining, right, when it comes to this card. It's kind of like the image of the card itself. Yeah, we have the darkness before the dawn. So with the 10 of Swords, this could be a week of a lot of transitions, a lot of endings that maybe we are going to need to be ready to just rip a bandage off with, even if we've been taking too long, or maybe we have been trying to avoid some kind of ending or some kind of transition. We've been kind of in a bargaining stage, whether it's, not wanting to maybe walk away from a certain path or a certain plan, let something go, end a certain connection, robbing Peter to pay Paul, however that goes. But with the 10 of Swords, it looks like, in the highest interest of all concerned, a lot of stuff that ultimately is not doing any more good for anybody is going to be getting taken away. And we have to keep in mind as we go through this, Venus retrograde can kind of mess with our heads. And we don't want to be the kinds of, in the kind of headspaces that go, well, my emotions are the main character of reality, right? Because that's definitely not health. And if we are focusing on our emotional experience through this, we are going to be blinded to the highest interest of all concerned, including ourselves. Sometimes the Ten of Swords gets rid of things that we know should be gone, but we won't let go of. It gets rid of things that are harmful to us, and even the act of trying to fix, repair, amend, or redeem is doing more damage than good. Sometimes it's getting rid of something before it does some real damage to us. And we have to pay attention to where this is in the highest interest of all concerned. All right. And remember, once it's gone, we're actually better off. So that's what we've got for the weekly theme. Let's see what's going on with each individual sign. Hey there, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the High Priestess upright. And with the High Priestess upright, we've got a week where a lot of you are getting a chance to have some kind of guidance out of a situation that seems to have kept you going in circles. The High Priestess is all about helpful third parties, as well as good advice, people coming in and maybe even running good interference for us, and also getting a chance to be taught better, more efficient, or more profitable ways to go about our business, or even to take advantage of shortcuts or opportunities to get ourselves ahead. The High Priestess, however, is going to be really kind of making sure that you understand that we got to kind of do things their way, when this help shows up. But be prepared, it's there. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Five of Pentacles reversed. And with the Five of Pentacles reversed, this week you're going to be finding a void is getting filled. Now, this could be a void that came from maybe a loss, a financial loss we may have incurred, a missed opportunity in our professional world, or maybe even something that we've learned to struggle on without as it relates to a home or family matter. With the Five of Pentacles reversed, this is coming as a form of assistance from other people, and it may be coming as an exchange for you assisting them with something or just something given out of the goodness of one's heart. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Seven of Pentacles upright. And so this week, you are going to find that we've got some really, really good news getting locked in, right? Some kind of plan that we've had for the future, an aspiration, something that we have maybe wanted to take on for ourselves is finally showing up. It's just not something that we can have in hand or maybe commence with right away. Last week, we had the Seven of Pentacles upright, and I referred to this as the check is in the mail kind of message. And that's exactly what you've got going on here with the Seven of Pentacles, but this is still really good news nonetheless. Your biggest challenge this week is going to be the Ten of Wands upright. Making sure that you actually have enough space on your plate and enough availability when it comes to your schedule, as well as your own brain, to be able to take on new blessings and new opportunities. Making sure that we are not over encumbered with attachments to the past or to things that are maybe obliging us or taking over our time, availability, our energy, our spending money, and our space. The Ten of Wands as a challenge can show us where we're being overtaxed, where things are too full, where there's no room for anything new, and we want to make sure that we make that room. When it comes to your relationships, with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Hanged Man reversed. And it looks like something is getting given up this week in a really good way. There is some kind of powerful relief moment coming through in relationships. A lot of the times with the Hangman reversed, we see a stalled situation move in a different direction that is better for everybody involved. But I am seeing something getting dropped. Now, this might be something that you took on, or a partner took on, or you both took on. Something that has maybe kept you both from being on your best paths. This could also be something that was a block from the past that has maybe been creating problems in a new relationship or a new relationship opportunity. Or for those of you who are single or available to new people, this could even be a situation that shows up where somebody relatively new on the market or new in your space is going to be showing up. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. This week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the World card upright, which is all about level ups. It's all about advancement, promotions, everything getting bigger and better and a lot more active as far as not only social, professional, and private commitments, but also everything kicking up a notch in terms of what it gives back to you. With the World card upright, every area of your life is going through a pretty big graduation moment in terms of status, in terms of status quo and the lay of the land. And this is going to be a week where you are going to need to make sure that you know how to keep up with these changes so that you're not operating or doing things the same way you were maybe last month when it's time to, again, follow these new upgraded models and this change to the laws of the land. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Temperance card reversed. And this week, things are going a little bit topsy-turvy when it comes to the realm of work and finance. Now, this can still be very, very good if you are just kind of talking about money in general. But with the Temperance card reversed, there could be a pace that's getting hit when it comes to certain projects or certain associations or even contracts or agreements that are starting to clash with one another and create problems when it comes to us being able to fulfill all of our needs and everyone else's. So it's going to be a time where we also need to reorganize, reset some boundaries, and maybe even renegotiate a few things. This is also a time where a lot of you may end up in a situation where you have to go no contact with either a client, a customer, a coworker, or maybe some kind of financial attachment or family member situation that present or past that is starting to cause a ruckus. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, or other people in your life, you've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. And again, we have this focus on no contact and cutting off once more. Now, the Six of Pentacles reversed is all about, basically taking back your energy, taking back your money, taking back your time, your space, and your resources. I do see a lot of you Taurus people really deciding to shut down something that you either will discover or may have known has been kind of taking advantage of you. A lot of the times, the Six of Pentacles reversed can warn against parasitic activity, especially when it comes to situations where needy people might be imposing themselves on you, people might be taking advantage of your generosity, or you might be in a situation where a person or maybe a couple of people have been accentuating their own weakness, right, their own ignorance, their own patheticness in order to run a situation from the bottom. Now, with the Six of Pentacles reversed, it looks like we are deciding to keep something, to ourselves, keep something for ourselves and ours, and it's totally okay that you do. Maybe this is a part of moving on up, it's stepping up a status. Well, we also got to raise the standards for the status of the company we keep. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the King of Swords upright. Being honest, being forthright, being upfront, being clear, even if it might not necessarily be what other people want to hear. It's kind of like the first card of this video, right? Our emotions are not the main characters of reality. And the same goes for everyone else's emotions too. Sometimes you need to be able to speak clearly, speak truth to situations where other people do not want to hear it. Maybe their whole world is held up on illusions, on lies, on manipulations. Maybe there's not even a brain in there to talk to. But with the King of Swords, you've got to be standing in a space where you are capable of communicating in a way that is open, honest, and clear and coherent, and not be so afraid about hurting feelings every once in a while. When it comes to your relationships and love and romance and partnerships, your personal life, you've got the Sun card upright. And things are going beautifully here. The Sun is all about peace, contentment, fun, levity, and wholesome simplicity. And it's just going to be a week of play. You and your partner, your spouse, are going to be enjoying being kids again, right? Getting a chance to not only put your feet up, but maybe even enjoy a deeper connection on that inner child level, really delving into a new kind of closeness, a new kind of intimacy, right? Because that is the spark of the spark, right? Being able to connect there and not just at the level of sort of the mentally conditioned adult, but really getting that sort of pure sync up going on. And the Sun card is bringing in opportunities for, fun and games and all of that good stuff to bring that out of each of you. This is also a time where a lot of you who are single or available are going to be getting a chance to do very much the same with somebody new. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. This week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the Fool, upright, which is all about fresh starts, turning over a new leaf, cleaning the slate, and getting a chance to embark on new adventures. But what we like about the Fool card, if that all wasn't good enough, is that this is also going to be a time where a lot of you Gemini people are also getting a chance to make a fresh, clean break with your life as it relates to, being able to move on from things where even you might not feel like you've sufficiently tied up loose ends. Whether this has to do with old agreements, old projects, old entanglements with other people, it doesn't really matter. The Fool card upright is starting a whole new chapter, maybe even a whole new book for you. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, job, finances, practical affairs as it relates to home and family matters, we've got the Six of Cups upright. And the Six of Cups upright is all about reunions, pleasant returns, things coming back, or things coming back to life even. And with the Six of Cups, a lot of you may find that some kind of old passion or job opportunity or move opportunity, living situation opportunity, or even old money is going to be finding its way back to you. Now, this could be coming to you through news that you might get from a friend, an ally, or a coworker, or this could just be something that has been developing for a while behind the scenes that is kind of flipping over a current situation that you've been involved in this area of your life, maybe all of them at the same time. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Empress upright, and it looks like somebody that you know and that you care about is coming into a considerable position of power. The Empress is an extremely generous influence and somebody that you would already recognize as somebody highly capable, highly talented, highly skilled, and also somebody who does have the resources to get the job done, kind of to propel themselves forward. Well, with the Empress, and again, this may or may not be an Empress, you may not be female, but you are going to be receiving news about some kind of big break that they are having and that they are also able to share the rewards of with you. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Eight of Wands upright. And the Eight of Wands is all about acceleration. It's all about speed, moving faster. And you may be feeling rushed a lot this week because of the developments that are coming forward. That's because you need to be rushed. Sometimes this card can show up as a challenge because maybe our pace, our plan, our calendar, whatever is too slow. We're not really working in sync with where the energy really is. And with the Eight of Wands upright, a lot of you may be finding that, yeah, it's time for us to get the lead out. What is it we've been procrastinating or maybe being so careful as to push off for weeks, months, or years down the road? What is it that we have been slowing down for that's not worth slowing down for? We gotta adjust our pace this week. When it comes to love, romance, and partnerships, your personal life, you've got the Five of Swords upright. And this week, there may be a full-on conflict, full-on fight erupting somewhere in your personal life. This could be with a partner or with a love interest or a person of interest, or this could be with somebody around the relationship, whether it's a partner's friends and family or your partner getting into a clash with your friends and family, or maybe it's kind of an overlap of a lot of different areas. With the Five of Swords, I am seeing that something is getting observed or caught that is unacceptable behavior. And this does boil down to just a fundamental incompatibility somewhere when it comes to maybe values, beliefs, priorities, objectives. It doesn't matter. Now, with the Five of Swords upright, I don't think that this is going to be something that can be swept under the rug. This is something that is going to have to be addressed and faced head on, but we don't have to let this turn into, something that is a spectacle either. Hopefully not. I feel like this may be a necessary conflict because this is also going to bring truth to light in a certain corner of our personal life that may help us and help our partner, help our spouse or our love interest make a different decision with how we're conducting ourselves. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And this week, it's time to pay close attention to where we may need to step in to situations where we have allowed ourselves to be led or guided or directed to or down roads that we should not be on. The Nine of Pentacles reverse can often indicate investments of time or energy or resources that are not paying off. Now, some of these things could be long roads and some of these things could be shorter roads, but I'm getting very strongly that this could be something that's been going on for years or maybe even, kind of a life conditioning kind of situation. Luckily, the Nine of Pentacles reversed is indicating that this is also a week where we get to drop it. We get to let it go. We get to clear away, detach, go in a different direction. And this is also going to be a week where you might have to disappoint some people or some situations that you have been maybe codependently attached to in some way. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And this week we may end up getting some news that somebody that we have maybe trusted something valuable to or have been working on something important with is not pulling their weight or has royally screwed up. The Queen of Pentacles reversed can show up where there could be negligence, where there could be just full-blown ignorant behavior, or there could be some kind of situation where somebody might be riding your coattails or, again, just not pulling their weight or doing their job. And this is something that you are going to have to take direct action in fixing. Now, I don't think the Queen of Pentacles reversed is ever really going to turn into a person or a contact that's going to be able to meet the situation. I don't think they're even a fit for the position or the responsibility that they've been given here. I think I don't know how they got it, but they just did. You are going to have to replace them or go over their heads to move forward. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Nine of Swords reversed. And this week, you may need to be ready to check in on somebody that you care about. The Nine of Swords reversed is indicating that somebody that you are close to, right, an important friend, an important relative, is kind of getting the screws put to them in a very unfair way. And the Nine of Swords reversed is indicating here that they may be suffering in silence, or they may be afraid to open up about it, but you can tell by their actions, their disposition, the energy they're bringing to the table that something is very wrong. Now, nothing has actually happened yet. This is usually an existential crisis. This is not a real crisis just yet. But if we're not careful, it could turn into something more real if, maybe this is allowed to spin out. So make sure that you can be there for your friend. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Chariot reversed. Breaking away from different timelines, different roads, and different commitments for your own good is what you need to be doing here. The Chariot card reversed basically indicates that you might have been, knowingly or unknowingly, kind of riding the line in the middle of a two-lane road that's about to diverge, one going this way and one going the other way. And you can't really keep your footing in both roads if that's going to happen. Now, a lot of this is basically saying, as we've seen with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Pentacles reversed, you're about to drop a lot of problematic people and a lot of problematic involvements. And with the Chariot card reversed, I think that your challenge here is basically like, look, I need to know how to get things back under control, but maybe not actually save the wrong thing, and see what I can do to break away from a timeline or a plan or an arrangement that I did commit to once upon a time, but I shouldn't try to finish what I started the way I planned. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Star reversed. And this week, you are going to be getting some very good news in the area of love and romance. Because when it comes to love and romance, a lot of you Cancerian people are getting something planned for later, and it's going to be developing in stages. You and a partner, a spouse, or maybe a partner-to-be are going to be basically living this life, even though we might not necessarily be there completely in the physical right now. Sometimes the Star card reversed indicates taking a plan or a hope or a dream for a bit of a test drive, doing a day in the life or a week in the life, and it's a whole lot of fun. But remember, this is something that, is going to be developing in stages as we go through the rest of the year, so make sure you don't rush yourselves, but also make sure that you're realistic about what you're doing too. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the Page of Swords reversed, which is all about correcting and reversing mistakes made by others and sometimes made by yourself when it's in this position, right? Every card kind of behaves a little differently depending on what position it's in. So with the Page of Swords reversed, it's all about addressing and correcting bad math. It's all about looking and see where the wrong conclusions were reached, the wrong decisions made, present or past, and what can we do to reverse them. This is especially important because this is also bringing a window of opportunity for you to correct or undo mistakes made to you and by you in the past. But we've got to be humble and honest with ourselves about where we and maybe others have made bad calls. That way this can actually get done. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Page of Wands upright. And with the Page of Wands, this week is all about new invitations to higher heights when it comes to your career, your work life, even a financial project that you're on or something going on with your home or an investment that's really important to you. With the Page of Wands, this could be an invitation to collaborate, take on a special project, or get involved with some kind of initiative that is going to speed up your growth and progress, yes, but also put you in a situation where you are a lot more well-connected. We'll just put it that way. When it comes to your community, friends, and relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Three of Swords upright. And with the Three of Swords upright, you may find that this week you could be getting some very difficult news. Not necessarily about you, though, but about something going on with another person or another household, but something that does, in a way, still affect you. Because the Three of Swords is all about heartbreak, betrayal. It can sometimes indicate a situation where an alliance or a connection is splitting up. But I don't think you are getting split up with. I think that you might be hearing about some kind of separation, division, maybe a breakup or a divorce in the family or in the friendship group, something along those lines. But whatever is going on here, it does seem to change the landscape of what you've got going on and some of the things you may have planned with this person or the situation for the considerable future. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is a week where a lot of you Leo people, and I'm saying this to myself as well as a Leo moon, are going to need to be ready to bone up on your studies. A lot of new demands are going to be getting placed on you. And with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, we don't want to continue to push forward into something where we are not developing the skills, the intelligence, or the ability to keep up with the demands around us. Details, details, details with the Eight of Pentacles upright. With the Eight of Pentacles reversed. There could be something going on where if we are not careful, we could miss a crucial moment, or we may find ourselves in a situation where it's a bit of an Icarus moment. We don't want to fly too close to the sun because we didn't know how to build our wings. So make sure that when you are maybe taking on opportunities to correct mistakes with the Page of Swords reversed, or advance yourself with the Page of Wands upright, you are keeping up with what's expected of you and what you need to know every step of the way. When it comes to your relationships and love, romance, and partnerships, your personal life, you've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And it looks like there may be some kind of material or practical commitment that you and a partner have maintained, or maybe something going on with a partner or love interest's job or something in their world that is beginning to come to an end. The Ace of Pentacles reversed can sometimes show up where something that has been around for the mid to long term is going into a state of decline, or it could be that something that was maybe built on unstable ground or in a rush is starting to fall apart. Now, this could just simply indicate that a partner might be ready to change their job. They're no longer happy with how they're kind of carrying on in their lifestyle. Or it could be both you and a partner are getting ready to walk away from a status quo that you've maintained because it's starting to kind of shake apart. However, we want to make sure that whatever we are doing instead or wherever we are going next, we are being methodical and grounded, mature people going forward, because the Ace of Pentacles reverse can also warn against rushed, impulsive whirlwind decisions. And the same thing applies for those of you who are single or available. There is going to be an opportunity to embark on a new story in love, but make sure, again, you're not letting yourself go all whirlwind here. Be very careful. Remember, we've got Venus retrograde, and it can be kind of a bitch when it comes to dealing with people through September 3rd. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be there, Virgo. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Page of Pentacles reversed, which is all about, well, dropping stuff. It's all about quitting. It's all about walking away from things that are kind of pulling, tugging, draining, and maybe not actually giving back what we are giving out. This is also going to be a week where a lot of you are going to get a chance to finally explore positive alternatives to roads or to paths or commitments that you have been on or stuck in or made in the past, because there are opportunities now with the Page of Pentacles reversed for you to explore options that you didn't have before. Important quits will have their chance to be made this week, and these are quits that you are making. And so it's really important to see what you can do. Sometimes you might be disappointing some people, sometimes you might be disappointing yourself. But with the Page of Pentacles reversed, it's time to maybe switch rides this week. When it comes to material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Knight of Cups upright. And this week, things are going beautifully in all matters of the material world. The Knight of Cups is all about an influx of newfound generosity, loyalty, security, and even important hookups being done by people on your behalf. Now, the Knight of Cups could actually be a friend or an ally, known or new, going above and beyond the call of duty for you this week. This could be some kind of redirect. This could be a proposition, a gift, or maybe even something that they are doing in order to help lift you up, maybe even closer to where they are. This could be a valuable ally or collaborator. This could even be a situation where you are getting celebrated in some way for something that you bring to the table or something that sets you apart from the crowd. This could also indicate a very important deed that is done by somebody who cares a lot about you that could pull off a miracle here pretty soon. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Two of Cups reversed. And this week you may find yourself in between what feels almost like a bit of a war going on in a social connection that you have, almost like you are pulled in the middle between two or more people. Now, this could be family scrap. This could be friendships kind of having a falling out. This could even be a couple that you know that could be on the verge of a bit of a split, a bit of a break. Well, we are going to be in Venus retrograde, and Venus retrograde can kind of precipitate, all right, whatever's below the surface now comes out, right? The ugly truth too. And so that could be going on as well. The important thing to keep in mind with the Two of Cups reverse, though, is that there really isn't something that you can do in this situation to turn things back to the way they were. A lot of you are going to be finding that you probably can't really work with what you're being given as far as the needs of either side in this situation, because what needs to come forward now is an ending to the situation that made this happen in the first place. And that might not be something that you can do. Be supportive, be considerate, be caring, but also remember that the highest interest of all concerned doesn't always placate to, maybe one or more individuals' egos, insecurities, or wounds. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Wheel of Fortune upright. Things are going very, very well for you. You are kind of on top of the world. Yeah, it could be difficult to watch friends or family members or whatever fighting or whatever, but with the Wheel of Fortune, you are getting lifted up. And sometimes what happens with the Wheel of Fortune is that we need to be ready to step it up ourselves, right? When it comes to maybe the quality of work, how we're carrying ourselves, how we're presenting ourselves, put ourselves through our own update and upgrade experience. This can also be a week where we need to also practice a bit of radical trust. The Wheel of Fortune is here to help us without our interference. Now, this isn't about sitting back with your hand out and being weak and complacent. No. But what this is saying is that you might find that other people, kind of like that Knight of Cups, are going to be taking a lot of things off your hands. And we have to be able to also trust that we can be taken care of and not have to have so much control over how something gets done for us. When it comes to relationships with love, romance, and partnerships in your personal life, you've got the Ace of Swords reversed. And this week, there's a lot of confusion going on in the love life. I'm wondering if maybe there's something going on between you and a partner, or just with a partner or a partner-to-be, where there is a sudden need for a major change of direction, which is very, very good as far as their life course, but they don't really know where to go next, or they don't know how to get out of the situation that they're leaving behind. And the Ace of Swords reverse can sometimes show up where a person is taking a lot of stabs in the dark. They're just kind of swinging around wildly, trying to make anything happen. It can be a little bit of a whirling dervish if we're not careful, and you can't do that in every environment. And sometimes we might need to be okay with, stepping in and helping to bring order to chaos in the situation, right? Because with the Ace of Swords reversed, it's sort of like we understand the situation accurately, but it might not necessarily be being approached appropriately. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the Six of Swords, upright, which is all about moving on, moving forward, leaving familiar, albeit choppy or maybe even murky waters behind and going into brighter, calmer spaces. With the Six of Swords, you're going to be noticing a lot of transitions getting facilitated this week in all areas of your life, and it's not necessarily all going to be facilitated by you. You just have to make sure that you know how to get in the boat, though. Now, this could be a lot of directions being given. This could be help that you're getting from other people. Sometimes the Six of Swords can indicate that we are kind of being delivered by other people from one situation to another, from place to place, or that we are getting hooked up, which is still achieving the same end. Either way, throughout this week, you want to make sure that you are ready to make some serious departures. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Five of Wands reversed. And with the Five of Wands reversed, a lot of you are going to notice that things are starting to settle down a little bit as relates to some kind of contentious or maybe fractious situation in the workplace. If you have been involved in any kind of ongoing battles, socially, financially, things going on in the family, problems in the living situation, things are starting to really calm down, which can be beautiful, right? We get a chance to breathe, catch our breath. Some of you may be finding that this is also a week where you could make a very big jump and take your leave of a contentious situation or a struggle that you have been in financially, professionally, or in your living situation. Obstacles, competition, clearing out this week. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Hierophant upright. And with the Hierophant, you are getting a chance to reap the benefits of some kind of very important decision being made in your environment outside of you. This could be something that is going on with a change in the laws of the land, change in a policy, change in some kind of report, or maybe an important decision made by an authority figure or somebody who has power over something you're interested in, suddenly turning things in your favor. This can also indicate that there may even be something getting directed or pushed towards you that you are going to want to be ready to receive, but you're going to have to get down to work and making it officially yours. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Two of Swords upright. Be so careful not to hem and haw every little thing, okay? And I'm saying this to myself as a Libra rising. The Two of Swords as a challenge can sometimes put us in a situation where we end up overthinking, we end up overanalyzing, we waste life, energy, time, and potential mulling over and ruminating things over and over and over again as they are put on us. And that's exactly what it is. It's a waste of time, life, and energy. You are going to be getting a lot of opportunities to escape situations where you may have been forced to over-deliberate, over-plan, over-analyze, over-process. And you want to make sure that you are not making good things wait on you doing that any longer. When it comes to you, when it comes to you, well, when it comes to you, but when it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Cups upright. And the Three of Cups upright is all about bringing in the fun, but also at the same time getting a chance to let your hair down with your partner. The Three of Cups is all about party time. It's all about recreational activity, getting a chance to bolster your platonic support system in addition to your personal life. A lot of you who are single or available to new people might be meeting somebody through a group you're connected to, a community that you're in, or maybe even getting hooked up by friends. A lot of you who are coupled or are married or are partnered are also going to find that you and a partner are becoming a lot more adventurous this week, and there may be even some kind of big plan for a vacation, a trip, or big excursion that we might be going on later in the year, getting cobbled together as we go through this week. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Strength card upright, which is all about getting everything in our life in perfect, healthy order for a new sense of not only power, achievement, and satisfaction, but also satisfying needs and hungers and desires that have not been met, either for the short term or for a very, very long time. With the Strength card upright, you are also, however, getting encouraged to throw your weight around a little bit, because this can also be a card that indicates where people might be choosing to follow our example, not necessarily our lead, but our example. And so we want to make sure that we know that we're being watched, but people are going to, again, abide what we are putting out there. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Queen of Swords upright. And this week it looks like there's going to be some kind of new player in the game, somebody that is going to be a very valuable ally to you. This could be a really cool new boss, or this could maybe be some kind of important decision or something from the outside coming in. With the Queen of Swords upright, though, this is solving a chronic problem, financially, professionally, or maybe as it relates to a family or living situation matter. However, with the Queen of Swords, you got to keep in mind that even though this is all for the good, it's not really going to be something that feels very good in the beginning, because sometimes, we got to solve problems, and other people that sort of lived in accordance with those problems may struggle, and that could be something going on with clients, customers, coworkers, or even family members. But with the Queen of Swords, your world is getting cleaned up nicely by whoever or whatever this influence is. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Moon upright. And the Moon card is indicating that we're going to be getting some weird information through a contact, something that you might actually suspect is a bit fishy. Now, with the Moon card, it could just be that this is a bad communication. This person's being too vague, ambiguous, impressionistic, and they're just not communicating effectively at all. Or there could be some kind of lie, deception, or illusion being cast in the situation. Now, you want to be careful not to act on this immediately, because this could be a situation where we don't know why this is happening. It could be that this other person is also getting duped, and they might be perfectly innocent. Or it could be that they're the ones telling the lie. We don't know. But they seem to be, whatever this is seems to be trying to direct or maneuver or control your actions, or maybe even plant some suggestions in a space where it should not. So be on your guard. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Justice card reversed. And the Justice card reversed is all about paying attention to where we need to start confronting dishonest situations, dishonest behavior, and dishonest people where we have maybe let things slide. Because again, the Queen of Swords does not suffer fools. The Strength card upright is all about making things healthy, and the Moon card is warning about letting dishonest or untrue things get out of control. With the Justice card reverse, you may be having to start to challenge things that you know you've only humored, that you've only put up with, or even, yeah, let's just say you've humored maybe to be polite or to be considerate, or maybe you thought it was being empathetic for other people. But it can't go on like this, you know? And the Justice card reverse can also indicate a situation where you yourself need to not be taken advantage of through your own act of humoring or giving the benefit of the doubt where you know you shouldn't. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships and your personal life, you've got the Seven of Cups upright. And so there's a bit of a crossroads experience coming up here as it relates to love. The Seven of Cups can indicate a partner or a partnership getting ready to make a huge direction change. And this could be something that is really, really good. It's something that you and a partner have been hoping for, or you've been hoping for on behalf of your partner, if this is maybe something that they're trying to do with their own plans, their career, their future, whatever. But with the Seven of Cups, we need to take this carefully and slowly because there's a lot of things on the table here. We're going to be feeling a bit spoiled for choice. For those of you who are single or available to new people, you may be getting multiple opportunities to date and get to know people this week. And the Seven of Cups is saying keep your options open this week and maybe even the following week. Remember, we don't want to become official with anyone during a Venus retrograde anyway, but it may be that we need to kind of see, right, what is going on here. A lot of the times this card can show up when people are getting a chance to look at multiple different relationships or multiple different futures that they've all wished they'd had at one point in time, but now it's time to see what works for them. And for those of you who are coupled, this could also be you and your partner looking at multiple different futures you could have together and finally realizing which one is for you versus which ones you might think you've wanted for yourselves. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, you've got the Four of Cups upright for your big spiritual theme, your big focus. And this is a week where we want to pay attention to what's outside of our bubble, because it doesn't seem like anything in our bubble, in our comfort zone, is going to be having any kind of new developments. And so if you snooze through this week, you're going to snooze through this week. The Four of Cups is all about paying attention to blessings in disguise, things that are trying to come to us, but we might have tunnel vision somewhere. We might be making a colossal mistake by maybe waiting for certain keywords or social cues or buzz terms or signals to act, and we don't ever want to be in that way. The Four of Cups can indicate here that you are getting a chance to break out of a slow-going or even paralytic status quo, but you are going to need to make sure that you are looking at, again, outside of your normal sources, outside of your comfort zone, because a blessing in disguise, while subtle, is there. The diamond into the rough is trying to get your attention, but you have to look around for the diamond. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Nine of Cups upright. And the Nine of Cups is all about satisfaction. It's all about having your wishes getting granted, a big boost, a big boon, a big win. And with the Nine of Cups, this can indicate something going on where you are probably going to find out about some kind of maybe request or desire or hope or wish that you've put out there that you've shared with somebody that is close to you in a financial, family, or professional sense, getting granted. Now, the Nine of Cups can indicate a yes answer coming here for those of you that maybe have been putting out applications or putting out inquiries. This can also indicate a big victory or a big score with something that you have been striving for. Either way, you're on cloud nine with the Nine of Cups. Where do you think that came from? When it comes to your, I don't think that's where it came from, by the way. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Devil upright. This week, you may need to be ready to confront a bit of an antagonist or an antagonistic influence in one of your circles. Friends, family, social, personal, professional, doesn't matter. The Devil card upright, however, is giving the impression of being, let's just say, one of the usual suspects. So this could be somebody acting out, acting up, getting on their bullshit. That's done it before, and those kinds of people. It's like, ugh, why? And this could be a situation where you might need to step in, where in the past you've maybe been a little bit more hands off with this person or this situation in the past. And I think the reason you may need to step in is because this time it does feel a little bit bigger, whatever their trash fire is, and you don't want this necessarily spreading to other yards. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Cups reversed. And this week, the Five of Cups reversed as a challenge is basically asking you to entertain alternative good to your life that may be coming to you outside of where you've expected it to come from. The Five of Cups reverse is all about recovery. It's all about replacement. It's all about growth, taking a bridge over troubled waters, advancing into a brighter future. But if it's a challenge, we might have to look and see, okay, is there a part of me that's, kind of letting a really linear way of thinking damn me to a lesser existence? Is it possible that I'm not thinking deeply enough? Is it possible that, I'm kind of focusing on everything following an order of operations or a procedure and I need to open my mind? We all get this card every once in a while, and some replacements, alternatives to good fortune, as well as, or alternative roads to good fortune and big wins are on the way this week, but you cannot be, attached to it coming through familiar avenues, right? Everything's happening out of the familiar and out of the comfort zone, as we've already seen with the Four of Cups. When it comes to relationships and love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the King of Wands upright. And the King of Wands is all about a boost to a lot of new, let's just say, adventure, erotic adventure, romantic adventure, a lot of new creative stimulation coming into your personal life. Now, the King of Wands could be coming in as a very energetic, very wild, very funny, very active potential new partner, or the King of Wands could be somebody that is hooking you up with a potential new partner for that very same experience. And for those of you who are coupled or are married, or maybe you're seeing somebody but you're not officially yet, this is a mood that seems to be taken over your partner or your sweetheart this week, and you may enjoy this new sense of aliveness, right? This new sense of erotic kinetic activity that is coming out of them. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Three of Pentacles reversed. And the Three of Pentacles reversed is all about groups needing to be rearranged, teams, pods of people not really working very well together, things, idea clashes, personality clashes, but in a way where it could be causing important projects, pursuits, or plans to suffer. And this week, you're going to need to pay attention to where we might need to rearrange a few of our teams, our squads, our, sort of our closest people. And for those of you who might not necessarily have a lot going on when it comes to this kind of thing, this can tell you where you need to go out and make that happen. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the King of Cups upright. And somebody up there likes you a lot, because the King of Cups is all about a very sincere, very helpful blessing coming from somebody with a great amount of power and influence in your field, in your space, in your office, or maybe even something going on in a family or living situation matter. With the King of Cups, this is a very generous act where somebody is going out of their way to stick their neck out for you. They could be taking you under their wing. They could be moving you into the fast lane when it comes to growth, a raise, or maybe even some kind of lucrative project or financial opportunity. Or this could be somebody who has the power and will use the power to amend or change a pre-existing condition, commitment, or contract or arrangement that you've got into something that is much more fair, or something that is going to allow you to embark on some kind of new commitment that you were not able to do while the old way stood. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Lovers upright. And the Lovers is all about long-term win-win commitments. And with the Lovers card here, I am seeing some kind of match made in heaven happening as it relates to a very important alliance, commitment, or partnership. Now, this could be a change in an existing alliance, commitment, or partnership, or this could be a brand new one. For those of you who are maybe looking to establish some kind of new maybe bond or relationship with a friend or a family member, this is going to make things a lot stronger. For those of you who are looking for collaborative opportunities for your creative life, this is going to make things stronger. And of course, though, again, because it's not, we also see, of course, romantic relationships going through a big shift here, because the Lover's card upright can also indicate a big change in the social life around a romantic relationship, or possibly even the opportunity to get hooked up by a friend. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Be careful about blocking good things by getting overly involved or overly tied up in one matter or one corner of your life or one aspect of your routine this week. In fact, be careful about letting your routine ruin your week, because the Knight of Pentacles reverse can often be a warning about things being out of balance, things getting overly fixated or overcommitted, or consuming other opportunities before we have a chance to really explore them. Make sure that you are entertaining things as they come up, and you be ready to allow things to shake things up. The Knight of Pentacles reverse can also be a warning against workaholism, overbooking yourself, and again, just throwing the work-life balance a bit out of whack. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Emperor upright. And it looks like this week, you Capricorn people are getting a chance to enjoy some kind of big break that is allowing a relationship to suddenly go down the road you have personally wanted it to go. Not necessarily saying that this has to be not in the interest of your partner or your partner-to-be, but the Emperor card is basically indicating you're having the relationship your way, on your terms, as it works for you. This could indicate a situation where, yes, you might emerge victorious in a debate that you may have been having with a partner about your future, and or the future that maybe we are trying to create as a couple or as a marriage. Or you may be enjoying a bit of a victory as it relates to maybe getting a chance to make some important call for both of you as far as a long-term commitment to something new that's going to establish a new chapter or a new story in our love life. Now remember, as the Emperor, you are in charge of being responsible and being a decisive leader here this week. You cannot, abuse this. I do not recommend it, but, enjoy it, because this could also be something very good for your partner and your family. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the King of Pentacles upright. And with the King of Pentacles, this is going to be a week where the entire quality of life of your material world is going to begin a very important transformation. The King of Pentacles is all about accomplishment, achievement, and great profits that are also taking their toll on everything else you've got going on. So again, when we're talking about raising up the quality of life, it's not just at work. It's not just at the bank. It's also having to do with your social life. It's having to do with your family life, your home life, your love life. The King of Pentacles is also indicating that this is going to be a week where you may be finding you are getting ushered by a lot of very powerful people into much more cushy and much more comfortable positions in all areas of your life. But you are going to need to be ready to leave some riffraff behind. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. And this week, there is some kind of very important commitment getting made with regards to a work, financial, family, or living situation matter that is going to raise up something very important to you, but it's going to be to the exclusivity of another commitment. The Two of Pentacles reverse can indicate dropping a burden, dropping maybe something from our itinerary, dropping something from our commitment list, but it is to make room. We are dropping something in order to upscale something else. This could be a time where a lot of you may be noticing some big schedule shifts, but a lot of money coming forward all the same. And some of you may be finding that an important decision that has been up in the air, and maybe something that either was left in the hands of another person or something that you were maybe waiting to make a final decision on, will finally be made final. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Cups reversed. And this week, you may be in a situation where you are going to have a bit of a sit down with somebody. The Ace of Cups reverse can sometimes indicate a situation where somebody may consciously or unconsciously be creating problems for us. And though they don't maybe intend any harm, it's creating problems all the same. The Ace of Cups is all about suppressed emotions, disappointment, unhappy feelings, feeling emotionally closed off. But in this position, it can indicate a need to finally confront where we have been holding back from maybe being completely honest with somebody. This could be a time where we have to level with a friend or a collaborator or a family member. This could also be a time where you may have to do a bit of a check-in to remind somebody exactly what's okay, what's not okay, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. So just be careful. You want to make sure that you do this kindly, but you are also being honest when you do. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Judgment card reversed. Being okay with, changing roads, being okay with changing approaches. The Judgment card reversed is one of the quit cards of the deck. There are two primary quit cards, the Judgment card reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. And when we get the Judgment card reversed, we need to be okay with dropping things that are not good for us to maintain or pursue anymore. This can be a time where we have to disappoint people as we trade up, right? Because this whole week with the King of Pentacles is about trading up. Maybe we're dropping something in order to make room, right? As we saw with the Two of Pentacles reversed. Or we have to disappoint a friend or drop a commitment, or maybe even drop an association with that Ace of Cups reversed. But we have to know when it's time to call certain things quits. You might not have to lose a friend over it, but, we certainly have to, drop whatever act we've been keeping up that's not working for us anymore with them. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ten of Cups upright. And love and romance in your personal life are going beautifully. The Ten of Cups is the happily ever after card. It is the card of wrapping up a big long story, a big long journey. And you and a partner, or you and a spouse, your whole family, are going to be over the moon with this, because with the Ten of Cups, this could indicate that something that was a long time coming or was taking a very long time to come together is finally crystallizing. This could be something that we have been searching for as a couple or as a family, or this has been something that we've been trying to build, save money for, or finally kind of bring forth into being, however it's going to manifest. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, you are getting a chance to connect with somebody and really hit the ground running with somebody that does aspire to the same long-term future end game as you. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting July 16th, 2023. This week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the Tower card reversed. And this week, you're going to be experiencing a lot of life direction changing events vicariously. The Tower card reversed carries a lot of the same messages as the Tower card upright, which is all about a collapse, an end of an era, sudden alterations of course, and maybe even explosive changes, possibly even emergent, crisis kind of situations for the short term, or things that do change the course for a lot of different people. But again, with the Tower card reversed, this isn't happening to you directly. This is happening around you. And this week, you want to make sure that you pay close attention to what is going on and what is collapsing, where and why. Sometimes this can show us where we need to be ready to move on from a certain situation, or we need to be ready to change our own course where it may be stuck to a situation that is going through such a collapse. And you may also find with the Tower card reversed that during this period, certain situations you may need to be ready to practice some discernment with. Now, of course, we don't want to, have depraved indifference if there is a serious emergency or something like that going on with something outside of us, not happening to us. But certain situations you don't want to get pulled into either. So again, look at everything at a case-by-case basis. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family, you've got the Seven of Swords upright. Be careful this week. The Seven of Swords upright is giving me a warning about some kind of interloper, or if it's not an interloper, it could be, let's just say, the proverbial sheep in wolf's clothing. And I am seeing somebody attempting to insinuate themselves into a plan or into a project or a pursuit that I don't know if they've ever really been involved in this. Even if it may have been, there's something going on here, though, where you need to be very careful. Somebody might be attempting to worm their way into a space where they don't belong. With the Seven of Swords, this could be relating to a professional course that you're on, a project, or, again, a financial matter or an investment as it relates to, your future. The Seven of Swords, however, does indicate that you need to make sure that you're paying close attention to you and to those that you can trust, and be careful of faces new and known that may be suspiciously interested or overly involved where they have never really been involved, or maybe are suddenly interested for whatever reason. For some reason, that's just coming in here as a big, big warning. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Eight of Cups upright. And this week, there could be some news about some departures going on that are also kind of giving you freedom of movement. With the Eight of Cups, we see people walking away from done deals, finished situations, right? Walking away from things that have nowhere else to go, or they're no longer satisfying, or it's just time. You may be finding out about maybe a friend or a relative quitting their job, or leaving a relationship, or moving house. Or you may be finding out about some kind of development going on in a closer space that is allowing you to finally take your leave or depart from something that is done as far as your life is concerned. And again, I feel like a lot of this is happening because of ripple effects going on in your world, in your environment. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Four of Swords upright. With the Four of Swords as a challenge, first and foremost, we want to make sure that we are not letting ourselves get run ragged. The Four of Swords as a challenge can indicate a need to pay attention to where we need to still monitor, how we're rejuvenating, how we are restoring our energy, how we're restoring our funds. Are we getting any relaxation? We got to keep an eye on our health in all capacities, mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, but also make sure that we don't overdo it. Right? Because it might be tempting while all of this is going on to just hit the snooze button and wait for it all to be over. And the truth of the matter is, with the Four of Swords, we want to find the balance in between there. There are going to be some important cues you want to act on that come up, especially as we saw with the Eight of Cups and the Tower card reversed. What happens over here does affect you and allows you to change some courses and some roads. But you are going to need to be able to work with what's happening as far as the new is concerned. Not what's collapsing or ending, but but what is kind of coming in as the new normal. Be mindful this week you don't hit the snooze button, but you don't get overworked. When it comes to your relationships and love and romance and partnerships in your personal life, you've got the Two of Wands upright. And this week, it looks like there is a very important development happening in a union because of some kind of promise or aspiration getting set in stone, or maybe even beginning the fulfillment process. Now, this could be something going on between you and a partner, or it could be something going on between you and a partner-to-be, or a person of interest. There's a very important new commitment getting established because of an important union changing its shape, changing its road. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, or you're seeing somebody but you're not officially yet, this could still be the same way a new relationship builds up, right? Something where it's kind of like a new person, or maybe somebody you're just friends with or colleagues with or whatever. Something very serious develops from this conversation or series of conversations. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.